The head is the same, the legs are the same, the body is the same
It's
size.
exactly the same drawing, but it's like a mirror image. It's kind of looking... I don't know if there's any reason why your
Sometimes I get it mirror image, sometimes I get it exactly. And, you know, no matter what, skeptics who think, oh, it's all a trick, you know, he uses mirrors and... So
Can I just say
no
again,
one can
we went
duplicate.
into the office, we had a blank piece of paper, I could have thought of anything. In fact, this wasn't the first thing that came into my mind to draw.
Why didn't you draw the first thing that came into your mind?
Because...
It was obscene.
because I wanted it to be. Although he specifically asked me for a simple image, I thought what this first thing that came into my mind was a smiling face, and I thought I bet that everybody thinks of a smiling face. So what else did I think of? I thought of an animal. I thought of a giraffe, and there is no possibility. May God strike me down. There is no possibility this man could have seen what I was drawing.
And you would swear on the Holy Bible.
Yeah, I would swear on a stack of Bible.
You see, people who never believed in what I do always accuse the person who draws the drawing that I paid them off, or the person that comes on the stage is set up and so on. But let me just go back. That in 1972, I was tested by the CIA, by the American Defense Department, and they thought it was magic and so on. And they actually locked me in shielded rooms where drawings were done miles away, and I could still duplicate them. And that freaked every scientist out. And it was actually published in Nature magazine in a 14-page paper. And then a new scientist came out totally debunking me, saying that I'm doing it with a transmitter up my tooth. And they drew out the diagrams of my root canal and how there's a transmitter stuck to my tooth and all that. And of course, it's nonsense. But, you know, I think we are all telepathic. We all have ESP, extrasensory perception.
My best friend in the whole world, probably.
You talking about me?
I sometimes go months or even 12 months without speaking to, and I guarantee if ever we pick up the telephone to call the other one, they'd say, do you know, I was thinking of phoning you yesterday. It always works, which kind of reminds me that there must be something in it. You know, they tell salesmen when they train them, if ever you're driving along and you're making sales calls and you suddenly think, I ought to just pop in there because it's just down the road, just go with it, because almost always
we've got to take a call. Whoever this is, they've been waiting over 7 minutes. Hi, who's that?
Hello.
Hi, who are you?
Hi, June from Ventnor.
June, thank you very much for holding on. Sorry to keep you holding on for so long, but it's worth it because you're through to the world-famous Uri Geller. What do you want to say?
2 watches, both going.
Really?
Yeah.
And where do you live?
Ventnor.
Where?
Ventnor, right on the bottom of the island.
Really? Is it like miles away from here?
I can't believe it. Both of them. One's been stocked for about 20 years, and the other was my dad, who died 2 years ago.
Oh. Well, that's brilliant. I love it when someone's watch belong to someone who passed away. It's almost like a sign.
Yeah.
But let me tell you, it's not me. It's you who did it. It's just so freaky that a watch that has not worked for 20 years.
20 years.
Probably if you would have taken it to a watchmaker, they would tell you, forget it, keep it as a sentimental, watch, but I can't fix it because it's too broken, or there's a part missing, or there's a part broken that they don't manufacture anymore. But that's lovely, you owe me £20 now.
Oh, right.
I'm joking. Come to this show tonight.
We will bring these pictures tonight to the theatre so that people can see with their own eyes.
Thank you very much, Cool. We've got to take a break time. Okay, it's Big Al on the dock, and we've got the world-famous Uri Geller in the studio with us, and we've got, is it Di here?
Yes, it is.
Hello, Di. Have you ever phoned the phone in before?
A while ago, yes.
Right, okay. Now, you're going to the show tonight.
I am, and looking forward to it.
And you want to have a quick word with Uri? Uri, Di, Uri.
Hi, Di.
Hi, Uri.
Tell me, what would you like to know?
Well, I'm coming to the show tonight. I mean, the power of the brain absolutely fascinates me. But I wanted to ask, if we're coming, should we be bringing anything with us?
Oh, yeah, if you have broken watches or broken house appliances and a spoon. But remember,
no washing machines.
Yeah, let me tell. Oh, you'd be surprised. But in Israel, in 1969, when I sort of became famous in my homeland, and the poster said, "An evening with Uri Geller. Don't forget to bring your broken watches and spoons." People said, "Well, if I'm paying £10 for a ticket, I might as well bring my broken dishwasher." And I had people lined up with broken air conditions, dishwashers, you name it, hair dryers, radios. And we would pile them on the stage, and I'd invite children because this is so much fun. Tonight, I'm sure lots of kids will come. It's so entertaining, really, because I also it's my life has been also partly a show to entertain people with these abilities. And some of those broken dishwashers, I mean, not on the stage, but were fixed. So, but once again, to remind everyone who's listening, this performance tonight or at the event is really about yourselves. It's about how to believe in your abilities, nothing to do with spoon bending or watch fixing. It's about inspiration. It's about how to start changing your life for the better, because we can all do that.
Yeah.
How to bring in positivity into your life, optimism. And I tell this all by unfolding my life story, and it really works. I mean, I get thousands of emails a week, thousands. And people tell me, oh, Uri, we've seen you 5 years ago. You don't know what your show did to us. Of course, I can't guarantee that it's going to happen to everyone, but I'll tell you this. The children, 99% of the kids who come to my show will never drink, will never smoke, and will never touch drugs.
That's
Powerful
amazing.
stuff.
Yep.
We're going to take one more call, then we're going to speak more to you. And thank you very much, Di.
Thank you.
We're going to take another call in a few minutes. If you want to speak to Yuri, you can. 01983 822 002. I've got to ask you, Yuri, you know, like someone who's got a real famous hit and they're up there singing it every night, and you think, how many more times can I sing this classic number one? It must be the same with the spoon bending. Do you ever say no to people if they ask you to bend a spoon, or do you ever get fed up with it? Or?
No, I'm very approachable. Of course, if I don't want to miss a plane in an airport if someone comes to for me to bend a spoon, because it happens all the time, especially after Celebrity Get Me Out of Here. I mean, that show really...
Look at that. Don't you think this poor Linda Barker, now she
Yeah.
obviously won this one, but she's hopelessly overexposed. Someone should be saying to her, someone close to her should be saying to her, for God's sake, stop being in the papers, stop being on every TV show.
No, you're wrong. You're
Yeah?
wrong, Doc. No, it's her time now. She should do everything right now. Because you see, you never know. You never know what will happen a year or two from now. This is her time. It's great what she's doing. Trust me, I know what
Yeah.
I'm saying. I was going to tell you something very interestingly synchronized between you and I, Alex, is this, that you're wearing a shirt that says Lambretta on the front of the T-shirt. I don't know if you wear it every day. I doubt it.
No, I got
But I had a Lambretta in Cyprus, and I'm a huge freak of Lambrettas and Vespas. You didn't know that,
No,
did you?
I didn't know. I bought the shirt Saturday.
No.
We
never
had
worn it
a
before.
scooter rally
That is
on the island,
fun.
Lambrettas.
Yeah, because
sponsored by Lambretta.
in the living room that you sat, I have two little sort of sculptures, and they are a
Oh, yeah?
Lambretta and a Vespa. So I found it, when I saw that, I said, my goodness, you probably read one of my books.
No, I got it Saturday. We had a big
Yeah.
scooter weekend over
So
here.
that is...
And there we are, look, advertising on Silent TV. I bet they'll splodge all this out.
Yeah.
And
I will email you the picture of me sitting
Yeah.
in a Lambretta.
Oh, that's fantastic. Now, I thought you'd have your Exeter City football shirt on today, Yuri.
No, well-
I thought you lived in that thing.
Well, for publicity, sometimes for the football club, I do wear it. But going about Celebrity Get Me Out of Here, Doc, you see, what it does to us. First of all, let's not forget that collectively, in my show, in the first one, we raised close to £800,000 for our
Incredible
charities.
amount of money, yeah.
This time, the team of Celebrity Get Me Out of Here raised over £1 million, and that's fantastic. So let's not forget that. Now, the people who were in the jungle are fabulously famous now, because I really didn't know much about Linda or about
I've always had a
Fash.
crush on Linda.
So if they can go for it, they should do it now, because it's their time now. You don't say no to publicity, because you don't know what is around the corner for you.
Let's take another call. Hi, who's on line one?
Hello, it's Derek from Russell. Hello, Yuri.
Hi, Derek. Nice talking to you.
Hi there. I have read so much about you, and I really have a question that I really want answering, and I hope it doesn't offend you. Are you an ambassador for somebody called the Nine?
Well, look, Derek, there's so many books written about me.
Yes, I know.
One of them. Let me.
Question I've had flies through my
Okay,
head.
let me tell you. One of the books that was written about me, which is shocking, and it damaged my credibility
Yeah.
immensely, was called Uri. Was written
Yeah.
by a guy called Andrea Puharic, who claimed that I am not an ambassador, but I'm in touch with an extraterrestrial entity. Now,
Yeah.
let me tell you this. I've seen so many unbelievable things with this doctor, who is a medical doctor who actually was sent by the American Defense Department.
Yeah.
That blew my mind. And when he wrote the book, I just had to quickly write my own book because people thought that I was really crazy or just making up these.
No.
But wait. Let me finish. Now, I'm a great believer in UFOs. There's no doubt in my mind that extraterrestrials exist out there. But to say that I'm an ambassador for some higher civilization, that's a bit going too far. But I am a great believer in UFOs. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was in an Arthur C. Clarke, The Unexplained.
Mm-hmm.
There was an article in there about it.
Yeah.
But, I...
Are you a believer?
Well, to be honest, I mean, I think we are pretty sad if we think all those billions of planets and all
Exactly.
those stars flying around there,
Exactly.
we are the only people that just happen to have the right chemistry at the right time to let that amoeba turn into something else.
Mm-hmm. I agree with you, Derek. And also, mind you, we may be from the stars too. Who knows? Maybe we were left, not us, but our ancestors and so on. They came from the stars. And this is how humanity began. Of course, people who believe in Darwin's theories will clash with my philosophy and my belief system. But I'm also a religious man, Derek. I believe in God. I pray to God every day. I'm not a healer and I'm not a miracle worker, but I see lots of sick children all the time because I believe in the power of positive thinking. And I also believe in the power of prayer. And I pray every day. There's no doubt in my mind that under God, there is no end. And in that no end, Derek, that's what you're talking about. In infinity must be more life. We couldn't be alone.
Thank you, Derek, for your call. Hope you're coming to the show tonight. I would imagine, Doc, wouldn't you, that if anyone has seen a UFO, it's got to be Yuri. Have you ever seen a UFO, Yuri, or
Yes.
seen a few? Tell us an experience. What happened?
I have not seen aliens, but I've seen UFOs on 3 or 4 occasions, but so did millions of people. As a matter of fact, there are books in America written by scientists from Princeton University that actually claim that they were abducted by aliens. I mean, come on, how far out you can get by claiming that. Some people say they have instruments implanted in their brains and in their bodies from aliens. That's so hard to believe, but how can I say, how can I rule out? I mean, who am I to rule things out? I don't know, and this is why I love mystery, and this is why I always accepted the controversy that Uri Geller caused. For instance, is Dave the guy who does
Meridian Dave,
what's his
yeah.
name?
Dave,
Dave told me that tonight the whole magic circle of this island is
This
coming.
is the Isle of Wight
The
magic
Isle of
circle,
Wight.
not the real magic circle.
Well, it doesn't matter, but I respect these guys. And as a matter of fact, if anyone from the Magic Circle hears me now, please come to my dressing room before the show and let's take a picture together. You see, the controversy that was caused around me by magicians, although some of them are vicious, most of them are not. As a matter of fact, my best friend happens to be David Blaine.
Now, you've got a quote from David Blaine on the poster.
Yeah.
I'm just an entertainer, a showman. Yuri is the real thing. So he was knocked out by...
Knocked out. The spoon continued bending in his hand, and he looked at me and he said, you know, I don't know how you do this, but it knocks me out. But I was knocked out by his levitation. He levitated in the middle of the garden. There was a helicopter moored in my garden then, and the 2 pilots were next to him. And of course I know it's a trick, but how on earth? You know, it was just unreal, this levitation. And, you know, people say, oh, you can go on the internet and you can learn how to do it.
Well, that's
But
what Meridian Dave said to us. Oh, Yuri bending spoons, you can get a video on that. And I said, I don't care. No one can do it like Yuri, and I've seen him do it. The key's not hot, he hasn't
But-
got chemicals on his hands.
But that video and those magicians who duplicate what I do, that's fantastic. That's a huge compliment for me. It's like the Bee Gees song being sung by Whitney Houston or by Kenny Rogers. I mean, I don't care whether they believe or not, controversy or not. The fact is that people imitate me. That's great. I mean, I'm now in a stage where I don't care anymore whether anyone believes in me. this is not what Uri Geller is about today, and this is not what the show is about. Don't
Funny enough,
expect...
we were speculating the other day. We kind of joked about you fixing things, and I said, wouldn't it be great if you could fix broken hearts? But listening to what you're saying today, it sounds to me that maybe if people did have a broken heart and they came along to see your show, you can fix broken hearts.
Not me, but I can teach them how to start believing in themselves. Because you see, Doc, life is a struggle. I can afford standing on the stage today because I've been there. I was born into a very poor family. My parents divorced. We were broke all my childhood. Broke. I mean, my mother was a waitress and a seamstress. I fought through the war. I was wounded in the war. I've unfortunately had to kill a soldier in the war who is a part of Uri Geller now. He's in my spirit. I've been there. I mean,
This would be a Palestinian, yeah?
No, it was a Jordanian soldier,
Jordanian.
face to face. It was. I knew he was aiming a gun at me, and I
How
was
old were
older,
you?
19, and I knew that we stared, each other in the eye, and I knew that whoever presses the trigger first will survive, and it was under tremendous pressure, and I was faster than him. But then, this is why I'm so against war today. So I've been there. I've been with John Lennon and Salvador Dali and everyone who was on cocaine, and I was addicted myself to bulimia. I was killing myself. I was bulimic in the 70s because I couldn't take the pressure. I was making millions, and I was just, I had emptiness and stress, anxiety. I had panic attacks, and I didn't know what was wrong with me. I was making all the money in the world. I was the most famous person in the world.
You thought you had everything that anyone could ever want.
I had nothing because money means nothing. And what I lacked is spirituality. And John Lennon told me how to get it. And I left everything. I sold everything, and I flew to Japan with my wife and 2 small children. And that's where I lived in a forest for a whole year. And that's when I changed.